In the next few minutes, we're going to break down the most common aiming styles in Valorant and what they reveal about your gaming persona. From the Flickmaster to the slow and steady tracker, we've got you all figured out. By the end of this video, you'll either be laughing at how accurate it is or questioning your entire gaming identity. Welcome to the Valorant Aiming Autopsy, where we dissect your mouse movements like a CSI team on caffeine. Trust me, your aiming style says more about you than your Valorant rank ever could. By the end of this video, you'll know the secret connection between your aim and who you really are as a person. Spoiler alert, your mouse might know you better than your therapist, so stick around because we're about to get real. Let's talk about the Flickmasters, those lightning fast aimers who snap to targets quicker than you can blink. But here's the real question, are they compensating for something? Maybe their aim is fast because they can't commit to anything else in life. You've seen them in your games, the ones who seem to have inhuman reaction times, flicking their crosshair from one head to another faster than you can say reported. These are the high sensitivity players, the ones who crank their DPI so high it's a miracle they can even see straight. Now you might think these players are the cool kids of Valorant, but let's be real. They're probably just trying to make up for something else in their life. Maybe their lack of patience or their inability to commit to a relationship. I mean, think about it. These are the same people who can't sit still for more than 2 seconds without fidgeting. Research shows that players who use high sensitivity are typically the aggressive types. They need to clear angles quickly and react to threats in real time. It's like they're constantly on edge, always ready for the next fight. Sound familiar? Yeah, I thought so. But here's the kicker. While high sensitivity allows for quicker adjustments, it often comes at the cost of stability and consistency. Sure, you might land that first insane flick, but good luck maintaining that accuracy throughout the round. It's like these players are great at first impressions but terrible at long-term commitments. So, if you're a flick master, congrats. You're probably great at first dates but terrible at long-term relationships. In game terms, you'll get that first kill, but good luck clutching the round. Your aim might be on point, but your follow-through not so much. And let's talk about your physical setup. You're probably the type who uses a combination of shoulder rotation and bicep movement for those large swipes. It's impressive really, until you realize you're putting more effort into your mouse movements than some people put into their entire workout routine. But hey, it's not all bad. Your quick reactions and aggressive playstyle can definitely catch enemies off guard. You're the player everyone loves to have on their team until it's a 1v1 situation and we need someone with a steady hand. Remember, flick masters, sometimes it's okay to slow down and enjoy the scenery. Your wrist will thank you, and who knows, maybe you'll finally make it past the third date, or at least past the first round without needing a new mousepad. Alright, time to switch gears. If Flickmasters are the hares of Valorant, we're about to meet the tortoises. These low sensitivity players move their crosshairs slower than your grandma types on Facebook. But here's the kicker. What if I told you they might be the most reliable person on your team? Enter the slow and steady tracker, the player who treats every mouse movement like they're defusing a bomb. These are the folks who set their mouse sensitivity so low you think they're trying to save electricity. But don't be fooled by their glacial pace. These methodical aim masters are the snipers of Valorant, the ones who make every bullet count. Now you might be wondering, Kimmy, how does someone even play with sensitivity that low? Well, my impatient friend, it's all about that arm movement. While Flickmasters are all wrist, these trackers are using their entire arm to aim. It's like they're conducting an orchestra with their mouse. Majestic really, until the enemy team rushes the site and our conductor is still tuning their instrument. But here's the thing, research shows that players with low sensitivity are generally better at holding angles and performing precise shots. It's like they're painting the Mona Lisa with their crosshair. Beautiful, really, until you need them to check 6 different corners in 2 seconds. These players are the epitome of slow and steady wins the race. They're not here for flashy plays or highlight reels. No, they're here to methodically clear every angle 1 pixel at a time. Their motto, if you're not first, you're not last, you're just taking your sweet time. Now don't get me wrong, this playstyle has its perks. The importance of crosshair placement is heightened for slow and steady trackers. It reduces the distance their mouse needs to move to hit a target, increasing reaction time. So while it might look like they're moving in slow motion, they're actually playing 4D chess with their aim. But let's talk about what this aiming style says about you as a person. If you're a slow and steady tracker, you're probably the friend everyone comes to for advice. You're reliable, patient, and always think before you act. In game terms, you're great at holding angles, but rushing, not so much. You probably meal prep on Sundays and have a 10-year plan. Commitment issues? Never heard of them. However, there's a downside to this methodical madness. These players often struggle in fast-paced situations where quick reactions are needed. It's like watching a sloth try to catch a fly. Entertaining, sure, but not exactly effective when the enemy jet is zooming around the map. So, to all you trackers out there, remember, sometimes in life, as in Valorant, you gotta take risks. Maybe try increasing your sensitivity by 0.01. Live a little, who knows, you might even rotate to B side before the round ends. Now let's talk about the aiming style that makes slow trackers look like precision instruments. You know that one friend who can sit still? Imagine giving them an automatic weapon in Valorant. That's right, we're diving into the spray and pray technique, where every bullet is a surprise, even to the person firing it. Welcome to the chaotic world of spray and pray aimers. These are the players who treat their gun like a garden hose, hoping that if they spray enough bullets, something's got a hit. It's like watching a chicken with its head cut off. But somehow, it works. Sometimes. If you've ever spectated a teammate and thought their crosshair was having a seizure, congratulations. You've witnessed the spray and pray style in action. These players are characterized by erratic movements and a tendency to hold down the fire button like their life depends on it. And in Valorant, it kinda does. Now you might think this aiming style is just a fancy way of saying I can't aim, but you'd be wrong. Well, mostly wrong. See, for the spray and pray player, accuracy isn't a goal, it's a happy accident. They're not trying to hit their target, they're trying to hit everything but their target and hoping the enemy walks into their bullet storm. But here's the kicker, this chaotic approach can sometimes yield surprising results. The unpredictability can catch opponents off guard, making it a viable strategy in certain situations. It's like the Valorant equivalent of a toddler finger painting. Messy, unpredictable, but occasionally produces something that looks intentional. If you're a spray and pray aimer, you're probably the life of the party. You live by the motto, more is more, and believe that if you throw enough stuff at the wall, something's bound to stick. In Valorant terms, you're great at suppressing fire and terrible at conserving ammo. Your teammates love you during eco rounds because, let's face it, you don't need a good gun to spray wildly. But let's talk about what this says about you as a person. You're probably the type who lives life on the edge. Planning, precision, those are for losers. You prefer to wing it, whether it's in-game strats or real-life decisions. Your motto is why aim when you can spray, which coincidentally is also your approach to using deodorant. Now don't get me wrong, this playstyle has its perks. You're unpredictable, which can throw off even the most seasoned opponents. Plus, you're always ready for action. While your teammates are lining up their shots, you've already unloaded half your clip into, well, something. But here's some advice for our beloved Chaos agents. Remember, sometimes less is more. Try counting your bullets, or at least pretend to aim. Your team's eardrums will thank you, and who knows, you might even hit what you're aiming at. Wouldn't that be a nice change? Your aiming style says more about you than you'd like to admit. Whether you're a flick master, slow tracker, or spray and pray enthusiast, your style is a reflection of your personality, quirks, and yes, even your life choices. Flick masters, let's face it, you're quick on the draw, but maybe a bit too quick to commit to anything longer than a split-second flick. You're the adrenaline junkie of the team, always going for the flashy play. But here's a thought. What if you slow down a bit? I know, blasphemy, but you might find that a little steadiness goes a long way. Think of it as a relationship. Sometimes it's not about the quick spark, but the steady burn. Slow and steady trackers. You're the meticulous planners, the snipers of the group who value precision over speed. You're great at holding angles and making every shot count. But let's be real, sometimes you're just too damn slow. Life and Valorant both occasionally require a little less thinking and a bit more action. So maybe dial up that sensitivity a notch and see what happens. You might just find a new love for the chaos you usually avoid. And for the spray and pray crowd, the chaotic neutral of aiming styles. You live for the mayhem and precision is just a concept that happens to other people. Your approach is like throwing spaghetti at the wall to see what sticks. Sometimes it works beautifully, other times it's a disaster. But you're the life of the party and your unpredictability is your greatest weapon. At the end of the day, your aim reflects your personality, but it doesn't define you. It's like your favorite pair of shoes. Comfortable, reliable, and maybe a bit worn out. But they don't tell the whole story of who you are. Embrace your style, lean into your strengths, and laugh at your weaknesses. After all, Valorant is just a game, and games are meant to be fun. So watch these other videos if you enjoyed this one, and please subscribe. Arrivederci!